What's up, y'all? So, I got a little time today. I can record my review of Married at First Sight because I finally then watched episode 2 twice. I had to rewatch it. I just came from a bridal shower. That's why I'm all cutesy and stuff. But yeah, so I finally watched episode 2. So this is Married at First Sight, season 20, episode 2. Where is my groom? The title is crazy because what do you mean, where's my groom? Like, where you at? So this episode is actually the episode that particularly made me want to rewatch Married at First Sight. On TikTok, I did see a clip of Mecca and Belle that made me say, oh, I want to watch it. But then this particular episode, I seen the ending clip and it made me be intrigued. I said, oh. So let's pretty much get into it. So season 2, not season 2. I want to say season 2 so bad. Episode 2 ends back starting off with, and y'all know I got notes, with Marissa and Adam, their wedding. They realize that they know each other, so they're like, don't I know you? Don't I know you? So Adam, I put the wrong name on notes because I said Nick did not recognize her. It was Adam. Adam recognized her and says he thought she was really beautiful, got her number, this and that and the other. She remembers him a little vaguely, like a little bit, but not too much. And I thought it was funny because like she barely remembered him, but he like remembered her and like all the details. And it's been about 2 years, they said, since they met each other. So I was like, it was real quick, like a little 1-2 in a bar. So it wasn't like they knew each other, like they talked or anything. It was just like, you know how you meet somebody real quick, you think they're cute. He spoke and he was like, I really don't usually like a lot of people like that. And he was like, I remembered her and I thought about her since then. And I'm like, okay, Adam. Like, I don't know. I'm trying. Because it's like you thought about somebody for 2 years and you had their number. Okay, right. right. And so I was like, okay, whatever. So they talk about meeting 2 years ago. It was real quick. She talked about how she loved the gifts and everything. And this also too, like she finds out that he doesn't drink. And she was like, the reaction to that, because she gave like a shot of whiskey. She was like, did you take the shot of whiskey? And he was like, no, I don't drink. She was like, oh, okay. So I thought that was funny. She seems to me that she's like very accommodating. Like she kind of just gonna go with the flow with a lot of stuff. Cause like the gifts that he gave was like things that he liked. And she was like, oh, well, I guess I gotta learn this. I gotta do this. So she seems like very accommodating. Like she's gonna go with the flow kind of thing. I think that's cool in a sense too. But at the same time, if you're not interested in it, just say that. Like, it's all right. Like, you and your partner don't have to like the exact same things, but the fact that she's willing to try like new stuff, I think that's cute. He was like, cause he got a book from her and it was like cute little note, and he was like going on about how, oh, people who read, they sit all day and da 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 da, and I hope you're not, like basically saying like if she's that type of reader, like it ain't gonna work out with him. And I'm like, he's just too serious. Like, loosen up. Like, he should have took that shot of whiskey, honey. But what I thought what was so crazy is like, his family not being there. And I'm like, she don't get to meet his family. Like, this your wedding day, sir. Like, I think that's kind of so crazy. And she was like, well, your family has priorities, huh? And I'm like, clearly. Because I would have made sure, no matter what the situation was, baby, I would have made sure I've been there for my child's wedding. Like, Missy, what are you doing? Hold on. Girl, the dog. This my dog, y'all. He's so bad. I'm gonna put him up. Okay, child. Now I got Mr. together. Yeah, like, I definitely would want my family there. So I'm surprised. I don't know. Maybe he's so used to them. That's how they work, how they operate. But me, I'm like, my family not being there. And then my wife don't get to meet my family. I mean, eventually I know she probably meets them going into more episodes. But it's like, on my wedding day? Child. Anyways. So you got Marissa and Adam in the beginning of the episode, and then on to Tori and Felipe. Y'all know I love me some Tori and Felipe down. So Tori and Felipe, they're at their like little reception for the wedding. He's talking about how he had to leave the restaurant, like, oh, I have to leave my job today, like, oh. So he got everybody else running it, and she was like, does that make you a little nervous? He was like, just a little bit, but like everybody who typically works with him is at the wedding. So I thought that was cool because he got like good support from his team. They're pretty much like family. In this scene, let's see. Oh yeah, the grooms. Oh my God, his groomsmen are so sweet. They said like the sweetest things about him, and I just love the relation. They're so family oriented. Such like, he was like, bro, I love you. They was like, love you, love you, love you. Like the love with this couple, I feel it. Like that's why they're my favorite couple, and especially like Tori, well, they're my favorite couple right now because, you know, it's only episode 2. Tori, her sister, was so sweet. She said the sweetest thing. She spoke very highly of her as, like, she was the one who took care of her as, like, a mother. So they both say, on both sides of the family, like, speak highly of each other. Felipe's sister was like, if you can handle his laugh and his dancing, you're all good to go. Like, cute little stuff like that. Like, I thought that was so cute. Like... And Felipe do got a little goofy laugh. It's so cute. I think they're super adorable. I'm hoping that they work. You know, like I'm hoping it works out. I hope they communicate because I'm rooting for them. And I didn't think I would be rooting for a couple already episode 2. But yeah, rooting for Tori and Felipe. So after Tori and Felipe were shown Mecca and Belle. And hold on, if I remember. Yeah. So this is where Logic, that's Mecca's dad. Baby, when I say that man is so funny, he literally cracks me up. Like, I think he's one of my favorite of the parents. Because, sir, what is you talking about? What is you talking about? As Belle said, your dad is unhinged. Because he is. Because, sir, what are you talking about? Like, you just... he be cutting up. So Belle and they're talking about the kiss on the cheek, and it was kind of funny because he was like I told my son to ask, he don't follow directions, da 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 da, and I was like, that's so funny. But the whole kiss on the cheek thing, you know, it was just to be respectful because they all just met each other for real, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, do I kiss him, do I not? Like, you know, they was trying to keep it cool, so a little kiss on the cheek, and you know. But she was telling his dad that she was really liking him. He has a great personality. He's very attractive. And then his dad was like, is that your type? She was like, yeah, like I want me an African-American man. Like, that's my man. I love Belle. I think she's hilarious. Cause she gonna say, don't play my husband. Okay, she's already like, my husband, okay? What else I say? With Mecca, you know, when it comes to that, his dad also said, like, you know, I was telling him, like, don't think too much in it. You're overthinking it. Because he does seem like he overthinks it a lot. Like, oh, does she like me? Like, don't worry about, like, it's like, you can worry about it, but like, he's like overthinking it a little bit. Like, let's just chill. And so then the next clip is like Mecca going with his friends and talking about the same thing, like the kiss on the cheek. He was like, what did you guys think about that? Like, and his friends was like, bro, like, don't have expectations. Like, you know, just let it ride. Like, see what it's for. And, you know, he was like, you know, the kiss on the cheek thing was like to be respectful, you know. Because you guys did just meet. So it's like, dude, like I said, do you kiss him, do you not? Or maybe I want to kiss y'all in front of everybody. So let me do a little kiss on the cheek, you know. Keep moving. Let's keep it chill. And his friends think they're a good match. And they, like, can see their compatibility already. And I can see it, too. I think it's just going to take some time. I think Belle is already so, like, in it. And, like, Mecca, he seemed real chill. He's, like, trying to see what it is. So we'll see what those two are going to look like. I do like them together. I think they're cute together. But we'll see. I don't know, because I can already tell, like, with Belle, she's like, boom, boom, boom. But she chill, too. And Mecca's like, and I'm trying to figure it out. Like, am I doing the right thing? Like, just chill out. So that was the first two No, first 3 married couples already. We were introduced to in episode 1. Now we get introduced to Courtney and Nick. So Courtney, she is 28. She's a program manager. Then we get introduced to Nick. He's a project manager, 31. So everybody's like in tech or in something. Like they doing good for themselves, okay? Courtney's 28. And what's so crazy, and it's like no shade or nothing. I'm 28. Courtney's 28. And I was like, Courtney look a little older than 28. But then she said she body builds. I said, there it is. Because, girl, she got some muscles on her. And her mom got some muscles on her, too. And I like Courtney. She's so cute and quirky. I think about last week, I had to talk about Nick. And I was like, Nick, he's grown on me. In this episode, he grew on me. I was like, okay. He grown on me. So, we meet Courtney and Nick. And they're paired together perfectly. When I say these two is literally a match made in heaven. Because, okay, I wrote this in my notes. Hold on. They, what was it? So he does, like, she loves being active because she's a bodybuilder. He's played lacrosse. He's went to MIT. So he's smart, you know what I'm saying? What cracks me up was when, they start pairing them together and they talked about, like, what makes them compatible, why we're going to put them together. They talk about the religious background. They both was like, I ain't trying to go to church every Sunday, but we can go to church, but we ain't got to go to church all the time. But what was cracking me up was when they asked, like, what are your political views, right? So she goes, I want someone who's a little more conservative, XYZ, right? You know, Paul is asking questions. And Nick goes, well, right now I'm on the conservative side, but I'm a little more liberal. What was cracking me up was, like, the producer had asked him was, well, what do you consider why you're conservative and why do you consider that you're a little more liberal? Why he sitting there can't ask the question? I said, Nick, you about to get out my nerves. I said, so you just saying stuff just to say it? You can't answer a question? And then Courtney kind of irritated me, too. When Paul had asked her, she was like, okay, you're conservative, so hold on, where is it at? Right, here it goes. Paul asked Courtney where she is at on the spectrum, conservative spectrum, and like to give her range. And Paul goes, he goes, do you know what happened on January 6th? She goes, can you remind me what happened on January 6th? Courtney, don't irritate because I'm liking you. I really am. What do you mean? The whole world knew what happened on January 6th. That's literally like, they might as well make it a holiday. I was like, girl, don't sit here and act like you don't know what happened on January 6th. And I'm trying to, I said, keep that in my back pocket. I said, girl, anyways. I said they're a match made in heaven. That's exactly what I put my notes. I said they're a match made in heaven. Like, girl. Then they talk about Nick's like, I never cheated. She's like, I've been cheated on. So that's why I think it's she struggles with fear of having love and wanting love and not wanting to feel lonely. And I like Paul because he asks his questions for them to challenge them and answering them, like being real and authentic. So I do like Paul for that. Like, I love him for that. Then Nick and Paul are talking, and this is the part where he's introducing them to let them know that they found their partner, right? And he talked about his online persona because he didn't been on 4 dating shows. Like, oh, like, I don't want her to think like because I've been on these reality shows and oh, she's dating me only because of who I am. Nick, I only met you today watching this show. I didn't even know you was all on 4 other shows. I said, oh, please. Then he was talking about how being a D-list celebrity can be so hard. Like, he was joking, but I'm like, oh, please, cut it out. I like Nick. He's just so quirky a little bit. Like, he do little stuff that's funny to me. So then we're on to their wedding day, right? So on their wedding day, Courtney looks beautiful. Her little freckles are popping out. She's talking to everybody. He's real cute, real sweet. Nick is talking to his friends. Once again, they're talking about being on the reality TV shows. If someone knows them, if anybody in the party will notice them, et cetera, because they got some people from the shows that they've been on. They're all friends, right? Okay. So, they're getting married. The family's all hype, good energy. They're saying their little speeches. It's real cute. Nick and Courtney cute. Like I'm telling you, match made in heaven. After they say their vows, get married, all that good stuff, they having a conversation. He tells her that he's been on reality shows. She's like, she really don't care. Like, that's part of your journey, part of your life. They real cute. I don't have no problem with them. And then he goes on the show when they were on The Circle. He was like, yeah, one of my friends who's gay was playing as like doing something, and he used to call me Daddy Nick. And she was like, ooh, do you like to be called Daddy? And he laughed. I said, now do you like to be called Daddy? Then we got a next new couple, Michelle and what's that man's name? Cameron. Michelle and Cameron. So at this point, the therapists and the matchmaker, they're pairing up everybody like perfectly, like to a T. And I'm kind of going fast through this because I really want to get on to Shawn and Nikki. Cause child, baby, Shawn and Nikki, they ain't not going. Mind you, I still gotta watch episode 3. But baby, let me tell you. So we're on Michelle and Cameron. Michelle's 34. She's a program manager. Everybody's all these program managers. Cameron, he's a basketball player. He used to play pro overseas. One thing about Michelle that really was like, that tugged at my heart was she's super cute. She wants kids. She found out at 26 that she had fibroids, so she froze some of her eggs so she'd be able to have kids one day. You know, with women having fibroids, it does make it harder for us to have kids. So what, you want to be in it too? Oh, hold on, Funkin'. Child, I forgot where I was at. It was a lot going on. So I think I was talking about Michelle and Cameron. So yeah, Michelle and Cameron. Michelle, she's super sweet. She's super emotional, but like that's because I think she's just a sensitive girly, and she's so sweet. I think I was talking about how she has fibroids, so it's kind of harder to have kids, so that's why she froze an egg. So she wants a family. Cameron talks about how he wants a family. He is a coach for community college basketball, so he love the kids. She want kids. They both want the same thing. Like, they want the exact same things. Like, I'm telling you, the matchmakers are matchmaking. She said she want a tall man. Baby, that man is like, what? I think I put it down. He's like 6 something. Like, he's 6'5", 6'6". Like, that man is tall. Okay, honey? So, and then she talks, there's a scene where you have, Michelle, she's with her, I think, grandma, mom, and, like, someone else. And, this is, like, the wedding day. So she speaks about how her father won't be there because her dad camera shy. He private, so he said he won't be on the camera. And he writes her the most beautiful letter. She just a crying girl. And she talks about how her grandma pretty much was being matchmaker for her dad and her mom. So she was like, kind of same thing, like being matchmakers, like, and that's how she's kind of getting married, like a matchmaker. So cute. I thought that was cute. Seemed really close with her family. She's Vietnamese, so she really takes her heritage for real. Her parents are immigrants. She spoke about that with Cameron. Cameron was cute when he was speaking to his mom and sister and his dad, because he was like, what hand does the ring finger go on? And his mom, she's so cute. She said, I want some grandbabies. I said, Mama, wait. And then the sister was like, yeah, I don't think he really brought too many girls around, just like 2. And I remember Paul was like, Cameron don't know he that guy. And I'm like, Paul don't know he that guy. Like, he seems so sweet. No, Cameron don't know he that guy. He seems so sweet. Like, you should know. Like, he tall, handsome. So, but you know, sometimes people don't know their potential. And that's what that is. He didn't know his potential. And that's all right. Moving on from that, they get married. She comes out, baby, in a horse and carriage. I said, I know that's right. And Cam, he walking out, he all cool. He like, hey, everybody. And they was like, oh, he's tall. I would have said the same thing because Cam is tall, honey. He is tall. They was all cute, awkward, nervous. They didn't even know what to say, like speed. They said they did speeches. And it was cute. Then we get back to Marissa and Adam. They're at their wedding. Girl, at this reception, this was absolutely hilarious. So, they both were talking about how they won't have the dance, like the formal dance with like mom and daughter and father, mother and son, because his parents not there and she don't mess with her daddy. And then everybody's doing their speeches. Her friend Leah gets up and talk. And I don't know, like Adam is just, he's so serious. Like her friend saying all these funny things like, oh, vodka, she loves her good tequila soda. Be ready for this, be ready for that, have a good time. And he just sitting there like, just looking all serious. Like he gave a little chuckle, but it was like, I don't know. His body language as they're speaking just seems so serious. I don't know. Like lighten up. Give a little something, but that's, I guess. I was irritated. And then they had that man play the piano. Instead of one of his friends giving a speech, they had that man playing the piano again. Don't nobody want to sit here and listen to this man play that piano. I'm sorry, that irritated me so bad. And then I'm Marissa's friends, because I would be laughing at a certain point. Like, this is getting ridiculous. They was cracking up. They were showing scenes of people like as they were listening, as he's playing this piano. He played twice, y'all. And Marissa, she's trying to like be all like, ha ha ha, like, oh, he's so talented. And ooh, no, get up off that piano now. Okay, like. Nobody wants to sit here and let's see play that piano. That was so irritating. I said, And then after that, she was like, I'm gonna make you watch Pride and Prejudice. That's my favorite movie. I said, that's cute. I don't know for them. I like Marissa. I'm just not a big fan of Adam. So, and that's because he's so serious. He seems some uptight. Maybe episode 3 he'll give me something. Now. This video may be a little longer because I want to get into the experts matchmaking Dr. Shawn and Nikki. Now, mind you, I kept saying that they are pairing everybody so well. They're literally giving them their person. The compatibility, right? Like 2AT. Child. Just based off this episode and the ending, I don't see it for Dr. Shawn and Nikki, baby. I don't. Because, mind you, this episode is called Where Is My Groom? And that's because of what Nikki said at the end. But let's get into who Nikki and Dr. Shawn are, okay? Hold on. Oops. Okay, so let's get into Dr. Shawn and Nikki. So the experts are basically saying, like, look, who look good for Shawn, for Dr. Shawn? And they're like, oh, we think we have the perfect person, right? Nikki. So, Dr. Shawn is 48. Nikki is 48 as well. So, they're the oldest couples out of all the couples, right? Okay, so you're like a little mature. Okay, cool. I'm looking at my notes because I can't remember back to that. Dr. Shawn. And I refer to him as Dr. Shawn because, honey, he went to school. He worked for that title. So, Dr. Shawn, honey. Dr. Shawn is, he's a VP administrator. He is 5'6". He's always strive for the best academically, sports. Like, that's how he was perceiving himself. Like, I strive for the best, because of his beginnings. He grew up Christian and his dad was a pastor. For Nikki, she's an HR lead. Her parents grew up, like she grew up from humble beginnings, grew up in poverty, but you know, they built their way up. So she's the same, but like she strives for the best. They both want kids, of course. Like Dr. Shawn was already like, yeah, I want babies now. Like, you go get me now. I'm like, hold on, slow down, partner. Slow down. Right, slow down. But they both want kids. They both want people who are ambitious, right? So these are the things that they're saying. Right? Their backgrounds are similar. Nikki knows what she wants. She wants someone who's intelligent, has a little wit, and she grew up with parents who were 16 years old, so they were young parents. So, you know, she has this mindset of like, I'm gonna go get it, I'm gonna do it, and she does it. Like, Miss Nikki is that girl, okay? Like, you could tell she's very like poised, very like, she's very independent too. She gives me like very like in a sense like she don't need no man, but she wants someone, and she wants someone like, why do I want you, right? That's why she wants that ambition, that intelligence, that drive. I'm with her. Shawn speaks about how, you know, his education was a big thing in his drums. He was a musician. Boom, 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 boom. And Shawn usually dates women who, I think at one point the question was about money, who makes more than him. And baby, Nikki's salary was like, she makes like a good $300,000 a year. Yeah, I think that was right. Like, she made bank. Like, and Paul was like, would you have someone in the 250 range, 200 range? She was like, I can get wiggle room for 250, but to going down to 200. She was like, I want somebody on my level. And then, you know, Paul asked, is Dr. Shawn the same thing? He was like, you know, I make good money. You know, I'm almost on my way to being a principal, this and the other. But he usually dates women who makes more money than him. And so as they start asking questions and he's saying the opposite of what she's saying, I'm like, it's not looking good. Because then Paul goes, well, what you looking for in height, right? She's like, I want somebody to talk to me who towers over me. But she's like, I've dated people who are shorter before, like she had no issue, but like that's what she wants, right? Now, mind you, the reason why I'm saying this in detail is because when the other couples were saying all these similar things, they literally gave them exactly what they were saying. Like Michelle was like, I want somebody tall, 6 feet. Literally gives them her Cameron. Cameron is 6'5", tall basketball man. Okay. Then we get to Nikki, and she's like, she basically wants the same thing. I want a tall man. I want someone to tower over me. He goes, I'm 5'6". Now, for me, as someone who's like 4'11", that's tall. Anybody's taller than me. But for Nikki, I don't think that's like tall for her. So I was like, okay. Now, what gets me about them is that we're getting all these answers and questions, right? And it's kind of like when it comes to them pairing Nikki up with Dr. Shawn, it's like they're kind of almost, for me, this is how I see it. They almost give her like the opposite of what she's asking for, literally. But for Dr. Shawn, she sounds perfect, right? Like this is the perfect match for him, but not the perfect match for her, right? And what kind of threw me off was the fact, I think I wrote it down, is when Dr. Paul, he says this, they still pair the two together, despite like them not being like exactly compatible, minus like the first couple things that I said, right? Like everybody else was literally compatible to a T. Nikki, like I said, Nick and Courtney, match made in heaven, okay? Like they need to stay together. Marissa and Adam balance each other out real well. Mecca and Belle work together perfectly, I think. I think maybe they probably just need some communication things. I haven't made that far yet. So right now I'm just basing off second episode. Michelle and Cameron, you're literally giving them what they are asking for. They all have the similarities. Then you get to Dr. Shawn and Nikki, and I'm listening. I'm like, this ain't what she asking for. This is what he asking for, but it's not what she asking for. And so Paul even says Dr. Shawn is going to be attracted to Nikki, but is Nikki going to be attracted to Dr. Shawn? right then and there, if you have to question that and say that, that should tell you right there, you should not be pairing these two up. I feel like they set Nikki up. Disagree, agree with me, I don't really care. I feel like they set her up because if you even have to question if Nikki's going to be attracted to him, we know he going to be attracted to her. But you don't think Nikki is. If you have to question that, you should never pair them up to begin with. And I have seen some clips when it came to them. And that's why I keep saying it ain't looking. There's points where they look like they're working out, right? I may be jumping a little ahead because we're still in episode 2. But I'm like, yeah. And for me, I think I wouldn't pair them two up because at the same time, you want to be attracted to the person you're marrying, right? And looking at the other couples, they are. You can automatically see that they're all attracted to each other. And so, I guess you want the same, like, I'm trying to see, like, they're trying to see if she's going to be open. So, like, that's why he was like, well, are you okay with him making less money than you? Are you okay with certain heights? Are you okay? They're seeing if she's open to being open. And I don't know if it's going to work. Like, they check each other boxes for certain things, like the basic stuff, right? But I don't think she's going to be attracted to him. And if it's going to truly work. But we'll see in episode 3. But I truly believe, in my notes I said, they set her up. And not in like a good sense, like, oh, they set her up real good with her man. They literally gave her like the opposite of like what she was asking for. And not saying that Dr. Shawn is a bad guy. Dr. Shawn has like great energy. He's very bubbly. And I think the biggest thing a lot of people were seeing, like, he has like a femininity to him. So that's probably one of the things too. But I don't know, cause like for Nikki, for me, she seems like she needs a man. Like, not saying Dr. Shawn's not a man, but he seemed more like, I don't know, like the right term to use. Like, what do you say? Like, he's soft, he's cute, cuddly. Like, she need a man. You know, that makes sense. But going on to their wedding, and I'm actually skipping 2 of the couples because really it's just stuff at the reception and stuff I've already repeated. So I really wanted to talk more about Nikki and Dr. Shawn because it's like, it's kind of crazy to me. And I'll probably talk about Belle and them after, but because that was the ending of the episode ends with Dr. Shawn and Nikki getting married, and she's at the aisle. So hold on, y'all, this dog. Okay, sisters, girl, I had to get my baby together. That's my child, my son, honey. He was just acting a fool. So back to Dr. Shawn and Nikki. So we're at their wedding day, right? So we're at their wedding day. It's the same. No, that's a little dry. I don't know. Get y'all some of this. It's good. I love this. This is my favorite. As you see, it's like half empty. Okay. So what I write? So wedding day. So yeah, we're at the wedding day, and Nikki looks beautiful. She's so cutesy, beautiful woman. She has the ring and she tries it on. She goes, "Ooh, my husband's finger, like, it's big." And so somebody was like, "Ooh, that probably means he's tall." And she was like, "Probably not, but if he's not, you know, I'm gonna take him as he is, as God has given to me, right?" Like, real cute. And so I thought that was funny. And then she gets a gift for him. Now, mind you, Nikki and Marissa, I think, we're the only ones who got gifts. Unless they just show everybody getting a gift or something. I thought that was kind of weird. I was saying, y'all not going to show everybody getting gifts. I thought that would have been cute to show the gifts. But maybe everybody, I don't know. I wanted to see people get gifts. I love gift giving. So, so she got the little gift. It was a pendant with their date on it. And a really, really nice card. That's why I'm like, Dr. Shawn, he's so sweet. I don't know for Nikki, but The card was so sweet. He said so many sweet things. I don't remember exactly each words, but it was so nice. She was crying. They was all, I was like, oh, it was so sweet, so sweet. And then goes to Dr. Shawn and his family and his friends, you know. And he's talking about how he had a dream about his wedding, and he's so excited about his wedding day. Like, Dr. Shawn is ready. Like, the energies for both of them is ready. Oh, and on her card, she was like, oh, the dress on the card looks like my wedding dress. So I thought that was cute, too. Kind of how it, like, matched it without him even knowing. So that was cute. And so the part that I want to get to is when Nikki is walking down the aisle. It's not funny. It's not funny, but like, if you're really paying attention, actually paying attention to pay attention and not to like give your opinion, as she's walking down, so Dr. Shawn comes out first, right? He's walking down. Hey, everybody, you know, he has great energy. Everybody has great energy. Like, I like Dr. Shawn, just not for Nikki. But he has great energy. He is like, hey, y'all, let's get out. We get it. Like, he is so excited. Nikki's walking down the aisle. She's like, hi. She's cute. She got her flowers in her hand. Her mom gives her a kiss on the cheek. She still got a little makeup on her face. Little makeup for her mom. She gives her the flowers. She's like, I'm so ready. Mind you, Dr. Shawn is standing dead set in front of her. And the officiant is standing there with the little book. She's telling her mom, I'm so ready. Like, oh my gosh. Let me go to my notes. So I'm going to read exactly what I wrote, because I did it. She literally says, as she's getting down there, handing her flowers to her mom and stuff like that, she goes, what am I supposed to do? Stand here and wait for my groom? Mind you, she's not saying it loud enough to where, like, you're like, oh. Mind you, she's saying that, and they think she's joking. Like, everyone's like, ha, ha, ha. She's laughing. And Dr. Shawn's sitting there all giddy, like, ah. And she's like, she's dead serious. You can tell by her face, like, she's dead serious. Like, when I'm about to say, mind you, Dr. Shawn's right in front of her. I think she thought he was officiant. She's sitting there. She's like, what am I supposed to do? And she's like, she goes to mom, I'm so ready. She does not realize that Dr. Shawn is her husband. This is the man that you just seen as you walk down the aisle. Because as she walk down the aisle, she's looking, telling everybody, hi, 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 hi. She never looks forward to see that Dr. Shawn is her husband. Like, this is the person she's about to marry. And I rewatched that twice to make sure, like, I was literally analyzing it, honey. And, and he just, like I said, he just standing there. And it's like, you don't realize, like, Dr. Shawn, your discernment is terrible. You're not picking up that she doesn't even realize that you're her husband, like, you're about to marry her. Like, he just all sitting there goofy, ha. Dr. Shawn, baby, she doesn't even realize that you're the one she's supposed to be marrying. That is not funny. That is not funny. But, baby, let me tell you, I was sitting there like, nobody else. And then everybody in the crowd thinking like she's joking. I'm so ready. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Wait. And I'm like, you could tell by her mannerisms and everything, like, she's dead serious. Like, she does not think Dr. Shawn is the person she's marrying. Like, that's crazy. She doesn't even see them. And the crazy thing, she doesn't even see this person as the person that she's supposed to marry. So that tells you a lot about how they should have done better at pairing these two up with other people. And that goes back to my Paul questioning, well, Dr. Shawn is going to like Nikki, but is Nikki going to like Dr. Shawn? And your answer is right there. Because the person you marry, when you're looking at them, you should be able to be like, oh, this is my person. Oh my God, this is like, oh my gosh, yes. Of course, Dr. Shawn now keep. Nikki's like, where's my person? Mind you, he's dead in front of her. And I wrote one more thing down. The officiant goes to Nikki, meet your husband to be. And she... and her face is like... Excuse me? Where's he at? And that's what irritates me. This is why I know that because he's gonna say, when the officiant said that, and he was like, Nikki with the dimples, and just a laughing, and I'm like, sir, this is why I say his discernment is terrible, because you can't tell, and you can say by Nikki's reaction that, oh, she's nervous, she may be a little awkward, no, she's not. This is not what she was expecting. She's more in shock. So you could tell she's not feeling the vibes, like, and that's, I'm like, why would you set her up like that? Like, why would you set her up with this man? And that's where the episode ends, right there, like, right at that moment. And it's like, Nikki's like, and he's like all giggly and everyone's laughing. And I'm like, does nobody see her body language? Like, none of that. So, yeah, that was, that is episode 2, honey. And the end of it was just like, I don't know, like, I think the experts thought they were, like, doing something to see, like, if she's open. But it's like, I would have never said her, like, oh, like, if I could go show y'all re-record that scene, like. And that's the scene that made me want to watch it. I seen that exact end, that Nikki with the dimples. I was like, why would he say that? That would irritate me to my core. Look at my dog in the back. That would irritate me to the core. But yeah, that was the episode. You know, just we met 2 new people, 3 new couples, I think. What was it? Michelle, Cameron, Nick and Courtney, and Dr. Shawn and Nikki. I don't think Dr. Shawn and Nikki gonna make it. I don't think Courtney and Nick, they seem like a match made in heaven, but I don't know about them right now either. But we'll see, especially with the reality TV thing. And she was questioning that, since I did skip that part. She was questioning that after, like, some of the guests were like, oh yeah, we seen him. So now she's questioning, like, is his intentions good? Michelle and Cam, the boys was hyping him up. Love that. They were just doing their speeches with Belle and Mecca. Once again, Daddy was cutting up. He was like, you know, he didn't make it with basketball, but he ended up being a good practice with the girls basketball team. You could have been a W. What is it? I wrote it down. Hold on. A WNBA. WNBA player. Jesus. So they was just being goofy, real cute. Like, I like Bella and Mecca. I think they possibly gonna work out. And of course, Tori and Felipe, they was dancing the night away. He danced with his mom. He danced with Tori. They danced all together. Everybody was dancing, honey. So that was it. Yeah. Oh, there was another little part that I thought was funny with Nick and Courtney. His friends was like, yeah, he been on RuPaul's Drag Race. And Courtney was like, oh yeah, we love cars. We love drag racing. And they was like, no, like, it's like drag queens. And she was like, oh. I said, Courtney, girl, you live on a ride. I said, do you not know who RuPaul is? I said, honey. But, hey, honey, Courtney had on that fur coat, baby. She was rocking that fur. I love a good fur. And it probably wasn't even cold outside. She said, I'm had that fur on. But, yeah, y'all, that was really pretty much the episode. But, like, Dr. Shawn and and Nikki, I don't know. But I'm about to go watch episode 3 and be ready for the review, because it's coming back with Dr. Shawn and Nikki. Honey, I have my thoughts. I'll see y'all later. Bye.